I told you, if you watch this channel, you'd be seeing a lot of things falling. Hello lovelies, I hope you're all doing very well today. Oh my goodness. Today I have a book haul to film with you guys. I got some really great books that I'm really excited about. So first I'm going to start with the books that I bought like at my local bookstores, and then I'm going to move on to the books that I got while thrifting at my local thrift stores. So I kind of do both each month. I go and try and get a couple of new releases that I've been obsessing over, and then I'll go to the thrift store and I'll basically grab any book that I recognize, because I have a book buying problem, but don't we all? It's okay. Well, first of all, I went to Indigo. Indigo is one of my favorite bookstores. I go there every month, all the time, multiple times a month, because why not? They always have great sales and they always have so many books to choose from. Alright, so I'm going to start with adult thrillers. So the first book I grabbed was Pretty Little Wife by Darby Kane. This has been showing up Sorry, my cat is trying to get under the door. I had to put her in the bedroom with my partner because out here is my like desk / office area, and she picked up all the sunflowers out of my flower pot on my desk and started taking them all around the room and trying to eat them. So she's not allowed in the office area right now, especially when I'm trying to film and do some schoolwork. Anyway, I've been seeing this everywhere. I recently just discovered that Darby Kane was actually a pseudonym for Helen K. Diamond, who is a best-selling romance author, which I didn't know. So that's interesting. But after seeing this like on Indigo, on Twitter, on YouTube, everywhere, it's like best thriller, best new release thriller out there is what people are saying, so I had to get it. And I'm really excited to read this one. And it has deckled edges, which I'm kind of a sucker for, don't ask me why. The next book that I got, I am really, really excited for, and that is The Wrong Family by Tarryn Fisher. I have never read a book from Tarryn Fisher, but as some of you may know, this year I am trying to focus on reading more in the thriller genre, and Tarryn Fisher is definitely an author that I want to read from. I love thrillers. For some reason, I haven't branched out enough to really find my niche in the thriller category. So I'm trying to read from a lot of recommended thriller authors to kind of get my feel for what I like and what I don't like. And Tarryn Fisher is definitely one that I want to start with. The Wrong Family. So I'm guessing this is a psychological thriller about family. I'm excited. Another thing is, I'm not going to tell you much about these books because I myself don't even know, because with thrillers I like to go in without really knowing what they are about, except for like psychological family. That's good enough for me. Yeah, I can't wait to read that one. The next one I got was actually, it piqued my interest and it was on sale, so I got it. The Watch Girls by Jennifer Wolfe. And this one, I'm pretty sure, is about a stalker that is filming girls. And the next one I'm gonna say I'm really excited for this pile, like every single book I bring up, because these are the books that I like purchased, like went through and sifted through like millions of books to purchase these ones, I guess. I don't know. But another author, a thriller author that I have not read from yet that I really, really need to is Karen Slaughter. So I got Pieces of Her by Karen Slaughter, which I am, again, so excited to read. How many times can we say that before you click off? And what's funny is actually when I went to the thrift store afterwards, I actually got the same copy because I thought it was a different Karen Slaughter book that I picked up. And needless to say, me and my bestie are now going to buddy read them because I don't need 2 copies. So this right here just says, Mother, Hero, Liar, Killer. How can you tell when all you have is Pieces of Her? That sounds so intriguing. I can't wait. And I love this cover. It's so haunting. Just perfect thriller vibes. Lovely, the camera's almost dead and we're not even like a quarter of the way through. Story of my life. Next book I grabbed is A Room Away from the Wolves by Nova Suma. Again, I've heard a lot about this book, and when I saw it on sale, I couldn't help myself. And the cover's so pretty. There's like glitter like just kind of falling down. And it's gorgeous. I love it. Next book I got is The Sound of Drowning by Catherine Fleet. Now this is actually from a Canadian author, so I had to buy it. She's originally from Newfoundland, which I found was really interesting because that's very close to where I live. So I don't know much about this book though. I think it's just about a couple and realizing that they may have some unhealthy habits in their relationship. And yeah, that's all I know. And the cover is really cute and like doodly, and I really like that. Alright, the next one. I was so happy when I saw this. It's the 10th anniversary edition of The Absolute True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie. Oh, I'm so happy I finally have this. I have not read this book. I am ashamed to say that I have not read this book because everyone has read this book. And I want to be able to say that I read this book. Everyone raves about it. It's turning into just a classic. And I want to be a part of understanding this story because I know that it's very, very loved by many people. So I cannot wait to get to this one. And I have the 10th anniversary edition, which is like all great. And like the end pages are like really cool. So, yay! The next book I got is because I've been seeing it everywhere and everyone has been obsessed with it. And the second book just came out and everyone's obsessed with that. And that is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I've never read a book by Hank Green, but because this book has been getting so much hype on YouTube, that I wanted to see what it was all about for myself and to see if I loved it as much as everyone else did. So this one I am excited to get to as well. Okay, then I went to a different bookstore. It's a local bookstore called Bookmarked. I believe they are only in the Maritimes of Canada right now. I love that they give bookmarks for every single book of theirs because they're called Bookmark. I'm a sucker for cheesy, cute things like that. Alright, so Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I've never read a book by Leigh Bardugo. I'm embarrassed to say that I've never read a book by Leigh Bardugo. Everyone's obsessed with her books, with her Grishaverse, because there's the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and then there's the Six of Crows duology, and I think there's an extra book that it's called The Language of Thorns. I'm not sure whether that fits in with the Grishaverse, but I know that this was the first one published, so that's the one I'm going to start with. And I'm really excited to see what this trilogy is all about. I know some people say that this trilogy isn't as good as the Six of Crows duology, but I wanted to start with this one because it was published first, and that's just kind of how I roll when it comes to books that kind of are in the same world. I like to read the first one that was published and so on. So I'm starting with this one, and I am really excited because this one has been on my TBR for a really long time, so I'm glad I finally picked it up. And the next book I got, Everything by Nicola Yoon. I've watched the movie in theaters. I loved it. And I can't believe I have not read this book yet. Nicola Yoon is an author that I've been wanting to read from for a very long time, pretty much as soon as I heard this book was being published. And all of her books are on my TBR, and I've still not read from her. So that's going to change. I bought Everything, and I am really, really, really excited to finally experience a Nicola Yoon book because it's time. It is time. And the cover is just so gorgeous. Okay, the next book I got I've already read, and that is The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. I needed to get this to complete my collection, and I truly believe that I am one of the few people that did quite enjoy this book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It wasn't incredible like The Hunger Games, but it was still pretty great, and in my opinion. And I did really enjoy seeing the backstory of President Snow and seeing what made him to be the man he is today. and kind of the background of District 12 and the songs that Katniss knows to this day, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great prequel. A lot of people were let down because it's not what they thought it was going to be, but I love the Hunger Games, so I don't really think there was much that was going to disappoint me, so I was probably biased, but that's okay. I enjoyed it, and now I have the complete collection of the Hunger Games books. Okay, the next two books are two of my most anticipated releases of 2021, and I am so happy that I own them. Oh my goodness. So the first one I'm going to show you is Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. This is the second book. I'd say it's more of a prequel companion novel to The Hate U Give. This follows Maverick, who is the father of the main character in The Hate U Give, and it's his story in when he was younger, and he just found out that his girlfriend was pregnant with Star. So I am very, very, very excited for this book. Oh, Star has an older brother, so this is when they find out that he's pregnant with the older brother. Duh. Okay, so I got that a little wrong, but still, I can't wait to read Maverick's story. I love Angie Thomas. I love all her books. She is an auto-buy author for me. She makes me cry. She makes me giggle. She makes me want to throw a book because I get so frustrated. And I love her book so much. And I'm so happy that I have this one. And the last book that that is the most anticipated 2021 release that I bought at the store is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. Oh my god, I'm so excited to own this. Okay, I love The Darkest Minds. They're amazing. I have not read Passengers yet, even though I really, really should, because Alexandra Bracken's amazing. But a Medusa-esque retelling with Athena. I'm obsessed with Athena. Like, when I play video games and stuff, I nickname myself Athena. And when I have a daughter, I'm probably going to name her Athena. Obsessed. And I blame Rick Riordan for this, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, I cannot wait to get into the story. I was hoping to read it this month as well as Concrete Rose. I was hoping to read both of these this month. I'm going to center myself a little more. There we go. But unfortunately, school has been really intense this semester, more than I realized it would be, so I haven't been able to read as much as I would like. So I'm going to have to focus on the TBR I set for myself and hopefully get to these in February. The next few stacks I am just going to fly through because they are books that I grabbed at the thrift shop. And again, when I go thrifting, okay, the books are like $1, 50 cents to $2. So I pretty much grab every single book that I recognize or have on my Goodreads shelves because I have a problem, but it's okay. Camera finally died, but it's okay. Turns out my other battery for my camera is completely charged, so that's lovely. So the next, where did I leave off? Yes, I said I was going to be showing you young adult contemporary that I got at the thrift store. Sorry, just trying to get back into the swing of things. Okay, so Changes in Latitudes. I'm not going to tell you about these books. I'm just going to tell you what genre they fall in because honestly, a lot of these books, I don't know what they're about. I don't know who the characters are. All I know is their titles, the look of their covers, and the author, and that once upon a time I read the synopsis, enjoyed it enough to put it on my Goodreads shelves. So, yeah. So we're just going to fly through these, especially because I don't want this video to be a million hours long. So Changes in Latitudes by Jen Malone. Something Like Fate by Suzanne Colasanti. It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han, which I've already read. I just want to build my collection of Jenny Han books. Faking 19 by Alison Knoll, already read. Building a collection of Alison Knoll books. I'm really excited to have found this actually because most of Alison Knoll's contemporary books are in bind-ups and I wanted the single versions of her books. Ooh, almost dropped it. The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith. The Promise of Amazing by Robin Constantine. What I Thought Was True by Huntley Fitzpatrick. What You Left Behind by Jessica Verdi. And this one I'm really, really excited about because it's been on my TBR for a long time and I can't believe I found it at the thrift shop for $1. And that is Because You Love to Hate Me, 13 Tales of Villainy, edited by Emery. And it is 13 booktubers and 13 authors do a collaboration for a villainous story. I could not wait to read this. Okay, the next is more young adult, but it's more fantasy, or except for this one. This one is Nancy Drew. The first book in the Nancy Drew original mystery stories, The Secret of the Clock. Guys, I found this for $1. It's in perfect condition. Do you know how hard these are to find thrifting in perfect condition? I was so happy. I'm trying to collect all these because I've decided that I want to read them all. I got Gone by Michael Grant. A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. I don't think I've read a Libba Bray book. That's going to change. Variant by Robinson Wells. And the next books are more, they're more adult, I believe. I'm actually not sure what category this one falls into, but I'm pretty sure it's adult. Middlesex by Jeffrey Eugenides. Until Friday Night by Abby Glines. This is a new adult romance. The Immortalist by Chloe Benjamin. I found it at the thrift store. I remember Books and Lala, Kayla over at Books and Lala, reading this book at one point, and she found it at the thrift store. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to get it from the thrift store too. And the cover is gorgeous. So I'm excited for this one, even though I don't know what it's about. The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. Niffenegger. I'm really sorry. Yeah, I've never seen the movie, I've never read the book, but I want to, so. Find Her by Lisa Gardner. I was really excited because this looks like a really interesting thriller, and then I got home and realized that it was the 8th book in a detective series. So I'll probably keep it, but it's going to take a long, long time before it gets read because I would have 7 other books in the series to get through. So, yeah. And I have Perfect Little Children by Sophie Hannah. This seems like a really interesting thriller as well. And again, it was $1 in perfect condition, so yes. The Stolen Ones by Richard Montanari, another thriller that looked very interesting. There's like crows on the in the background, and it just kind of looks like a really haunting story. Revival by Stephen King, $2. This was a great find. You don't find many Stephen King books at the thrift stores, at least where I'm from. Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. I have a few Lisa Jewell books, but I've never read from her again, so that's another thriller author that I really want to test the waters with because I want to read more thrillers this year. And then we have the last book that I thrifted, and that was Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz. Those are all the books that I got in January. I'm not even gonna attempt to, like, should I? Oh, okay. Okay. This is probably, like, this is like a third of the stack. And I don't even know if I can stand because it's so heavy, but we're gonna try. Okay. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. I told you, if you watch this channel, you'd be seeing a lot of things falling. I'm just really sad that it was my precious new books. Okay. I think they're done falling. Okay, now they're done falling. Now they're done falling. that is my January book haul. I hope you all had a great weekend and have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for sticking around, lovelies. Bye.